Angela, your business trip was supposed to end today, right? What time are you coming home? I've been looking forward to seeing you. I even went ahead and made plans for us to have dinner when you get home.
Chris, I'm so sorry. My business trip has been extended. I won't be back until Monday now.
What? Why? What happened all of a sudden?
The person I was supposed to meet for work ran into a major issue on their end. They asked to reschedule our meeting. So now I'm stuck here over the weekend, waiting for things to settle. It's frustrating, but it's out of my hands.
I see. I understand now.
I feel awful about this. I was really looking forward to finally spending a weekend together with you. It's been so long since we've had that kind of time.
Don't worry about it, Angela. I understand. It's work, after all. These things happen, and it's beyond your control. We both knew this would happen sometimes when we decided to get married, considering how busy our jobs are. We promised to support each other no matter what.
Thank you for being so understanding. I'll make it up to you. When I get back, I'll stop by and pick up your favorite chocolate cake. You always say it's the best treat after a long week.
Sounds good. I'll be looking forward to it. Even though it feels like we hardly ever get time together anymore, let's make sure that next time we have the chance, we'll just relax and enjoy each other's company. No work, no interruptions, just us.
Sam, good news! My business trip has been extended until Monday, which means I get to stay here over the weekend. I feel bad for the client who's dealing with all their issues, but honestly, it's lucky for us. Now we can spend the whole weekend together and do all the things we can't do back at the office. Let's make the most of it.
Angela.
Come on, don't be so formal. Call me Angie like you always do. I'm so excited. I can't wait to relax and spend time with you. Just the two of us having fun.
You still don't get it, do you?
Wait, what? No way. Did I send that message to the wrong person?
Yeah, you sure did. What's this about Sam and Angie? Looks like you sent one of those classic wrong messages. You know, I used to wonder who's dumb enough to make that kind of mistake, but now I know. Turns out it's people like you who live in some fantasy world.
No, you're completely misunderstanding. Okay, I'll admit I sent the message to the wrong person, but let me explain. Sam's a woman. She just has a boyish vibe, so everyone calls her Sam. She's a junior colleague of mine, so we're here on this trip for work. We're not sharing a room or anything like that. We were just planning to have dinner together in her room and unwind a bit after a stressful day, that's all.
So you're telling me that you're gonna unwind and spend time together over dinner with a female colleague? Sure, that sounds completely innocent.
Why are you being like this? You don't even understand the kind of work I do, and yet you're quick to assume the worst. That's not fair at all. Are you saying you don't trust me? If you really love me, the first thing you should do is trust me. Isn't that how relationships are supposed to work?
You know what? There's no point in arguing about this over messages. I don't have any solid proof, and this isn't the kind of situation that can be resolved by just going back and forth like this.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand.
Let me ask you this, though. Is it really true that you're there for work?
Of course it's true. Why would I lie about something like that? The extension of the trip is real, too. You can even ask my boss if you don't believe me.
Fine. If that's the case, just focus on finishing your work.
Obviously, that's what I'll do. But I can't help feeling upset that you're doubting me like this. It's unfair and it hurts, Chris. Chris, what were you thinking? You actually called my company, didn't you? What did you say to them? Do you even realize what kind of chaos you've caused? I just got told by management that they're sending someone else to handle the Monday meeting. They told me to return home immediately. That was supposed to be my negotiation, my opportunity to prove myself. This deal was critical for my promotion. How could you mess things up for me like this? How could you? You acted recklessly without even bothering to talk to me first, and now everything is ruined. Do you have any idea how unfair and hurtful this is?
Oh, really? Is that what you think? Well, then let's hear your excuses this time. I'm curious to see how you'll try to spin this mess you've made.
Wait, what's this? What are you even talking about?
It's a screenshot of a message you sent 2 weeks ago, the day you left for your business trip. You must have realized your mistake and tried to delete it right away, but I'd already seen it by then. You didn't think to check whether I'd read it, did you?
No, this can't be happening. How is that even still there?
You do know that smartphones have a screenshot feature, don't you? Or did you somehow miss that little detail?
This is too much. You've gone too far, Chris. I mean it.
Too far? Are you seriously accusing me of going too far? Because if we're talking about crossing lines, I think you've already set a new record. Let's not forget, this isn't the first time. First it was Sam, and now what do we have? Sammy? How creative. I guess keeping the names close together makes it easier to avoid mix-ups, huh?
Stop it. I already told you it's not an affair. There is nothing inappropriate going on between us.
Oh, really? So I suppose you're gonna tell me this is all just one big coincidence. Let me ask you something. Did you know that one of my friend's dads works at your company?
What? What does that have to do with anything? This is completely irrelevant right now.
Oh, I think it's very relevant. It just so happens that this friend's dad has access to some interesting internal information.
Why are you even bringing this up? This has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
You're a supervisor in the sales department, aren't you?
Yes, but what does that...
And isn't there someone higher up in your department named Cameron?
Why are you suddenly mentioning Cameron?
Oh, no reason. Just that Cameron, being the department head, has access to all kinds of information about employee schedules. You know, things like business trips and leave requests.
Chris, what are you trying to say?
I'm saying it's fascinating how, on both your recent trips, 2 junior employees from your department conveniently took leave at the exact same time. 2 weeks ago, it was someone named Samuel. And this time it's another employee named Sam. Pretty convenient, wouldn't you say?
Wait, how do you even know about this? That's confidential company information.
Oh, it's simple. Since I'm your husband, they thought it was only fair to share this information with me. You know, as part of an open and honest partnership.
That's ridiculous. You can't just invade my privacy like this.
Oh, and speaking of transparency, I've already submitted the screenshots of your messages to Cameron.
What? No, you didn't. You can't do that. Sharing private messages like that. What is wrong with you?
Given the circumstances, I think it's entirely justified.
Chris, listen to me. This isn't what you think it is. I'm not having an affair, and I've done nothing wrong. The timing of those junior employees' leave requests was just a coincidence, I swear.
Oh, a coincidence! So you're telling me that 2 fresh out of college employees, barely in their 20s, just happened to take leave at the exact same time as your business trips. And they just happened to share the same nicknames you've been using in your messages. Sure, Angela, that sounds perfectly believable.
Chris, I'm telling you the truth. There is nothing going on.
And you expect me to believe that? Angela, you're almost 30 years old. You're married. These are kids barely starting their careers, and you're using them for what exactly? Are you seriously trying to justify this?
I already said it's not what you think. They both knew what they were getting into. Everything was consensual.
Oh, so now we're playing the consent card. Great, that clears everything up.
What I'm saying is the age difference isn't even that big of a deal. It's not like I'm twice their age or something.
Wow, thanks for admitting it. I've got that saved now, by the way.
No, wait, that's not what I meant.
Too late. I've already taken another screenshot. So let me get this straight. Consensual relationships with 2 junior employees, all while you're married to me. That makes 3 people you're juggling. Did I miss anything?
Chris, please let me explain.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
It's not what you think. This wasn't about cheating. It's just building rapport with my team, strengthening workplace relationships.
Oh, that's rich. I'm sure your company's compliance office would love to hear about your creative approach to team building. Maybe I'll include that in my next email to Cameron.
No, wait, you've got it all wrong.
Oh, do I? Then please enlighten me. How exactly am I wrong?
I don't know how to explain it, but you've misunderstood.
Angela, let me give you some advice. Stop talking. You're just digging yourself deeper.
Chris, please.
Oh, and by the way, your little team-building partners have already confessed everything.
What?
Yeah, both of them. Apparently, they were under the impression that you were serious about them. But once they found out you were seeing both of them at the same time, they came clean.
No way. That can't be true.
Oh, it's true. They told me everything. And honestly, I think you're the one who should be reflecting on how disgusting this is. You're married, Angela, and these are your subordinates. Kids barely out of college, still figuring out how to navigate the corporate world. And you took advantage of them. And let's not forget, you used company business trips to turn your affairs into romantic getaways.
Chris, it's not like that, I swear.
Save it. I've already made my decision. I'm filing for divorce. I've already contacted a lawyer.
No, please don't do this. I'll end things with them. I'll never see them again. Just please don't leave me.
It's too late, Angela. I'm done. I'll be packing my things and leaving the house tonight.
Chris, please, you're the only one I love.
Shut up. I've had enough. Do you have any idea how long I waited for you to come clean? 2 weeks, Angela. 2 weeks since that first accidental message. I gave you every opportunity to tell me the truth.
I don't know how to...
And instead of being honest, you just kept lying. You just kept making excuses, and then on top of all that, you had the audacity to bring someone else into the picture. How could I ever trust you again?
Chris, I'm begging you, just give me one more chance.
You've already used up every chance I gave you. I'm done. And don't think this stops with me leaving. I've already reported everything to HR. Oh, and Cameron's been copied in on every single detail. I'm sure they'll handle the rest. As for you, Angela, don't contact me again.
Chris.
Goodbye. It appears that Angela returned to the company that very same day. From what I gathered during her business trip, it seems she had done everything by the book when it came to her work. This ultimately helped prove her professionalism and allowed her to keep her job, even though she had made a number of mistakes prior to this. However, while her job wasn't completely lost, the consequences were not light either. Angela was demoted, and her new role was in a department where she'd no longer be dealing with high-stakes work, but instead would focus more on internal office tasks. The change was significant, and it marked a clear shift in her responsibilities. While she had managed to avoid being completely let go, she had definitely been punished for her actions. The truth is, this demotion came after a series of missteps on her part, and despite her attempts to salvage her reputation, she was now in a much less viable position within the company. It seemed like her work had been sufficient during the trip, but it wasn't enough to save her from the fallout of her previous behavior. It wasn't exactly an ideal situation for her, but at least she wasn't completely cut off from her career. Meanwhile, the new recruits who had joined the company alongside Angela couldn't handle the intense pressure that came with the environment. They weren't able to cope with the high expectations and the watchful eyes of their colleagues. For some reason, they found it increasingly difficult to survive under the scrutiny, and in the end, they chose to resign voluntarily. From what I gathered, they just couldn't endure the psychological and emotional toll that came with their roles. Their decision to leave wasn't necessarily a surprise, but it was an indication of just how overwhelming the corporate world could be for those who weren't fully prepared for it. As for me, I was able to get the alimony I had requested from Angela and the others. The amount wasn't particularly high, considering that our marriage had been so short-lived, but it was enough to cover the costs and provide some sense of closure. I had never expected a large sum, and honestly, I wasn't even concerned about the amount. What mattered most to me was that the matter was settled and that I could move on with my life. It wasn't about the money, but about ensuring that the past was behind me. However, things took an unexpected turn. Despite the alimony payment, it seemed Angela wasn't satisfied with simply moving forward and leaving things in the past. Instead, for reasons I still don't understand, Angela made another questionable decision. Not long after our divorce and after paying me the alimony, she became involved with a new employee who had been hired through mid-career recruitment. The new recruit was a married man with children, and for some strange reason, Angela decided to get involved with him. This situation was much more serious and had far more lasting consequences than anything that had happened between us. It seemed that Angela had somehow convinced herself that she could get away with it, or perhaps she simply didn't care about the repercussions of her actions. Either way, she was once again faced with the consequences of her poor choices. But this time it was much more costly. The new employee's wife soon found out what had happened and, understandably, demanded a significant sum of money in alimony. The amount was far higher than what Angela had paid me. In fact, the amount was so much larger that it made the debt I had incurred during our marriage seem trivial by comparison. The wife of the new employee, who had been betrayed by Angela's actions, demanded a substantial financial settlement. The amount was so enormous that it placed Angela in a situation where she could no longer manage the burden. Her financial situation became untenable, and the stress from the situation caused her to fall into even more serious debt. She had gone from one mistake to the next, and now she found herself trapped in a financial hole that seemed impossible to escape from. Angela's mounting debt became so unmanageable that she was forced to leave the company altogether. It was clear that she could no longer function in the corporate world, given the weight of her financial troubles and the reputation damage that came with her personal choices. She resigned from the company, marking the end of her professional career there. It wasn't a proud moment for her, and there was no redemption this time. Angela had made her bed, and now she had to lie in it. But that wasn't the end of the story. With no job and no prospects, Angela turned to an entirely different industry. Desperate and seemingly out of options, she transitioned into the nightlife business. She chose to leave behind the corporate world and try her hand in bars, clubs, and other nighttime ventures. It was a drastic change from her previous career, and it was hard to say if it was a decision born of necessity or simply the result of poor judgment. The nightlife industry, while lucrative in certain respects, is also known for its high risks and moral compromises. Angela's choice to dive into that world seemed like an escape, but it was a risky one. She went from a corporate office to the shadowy corners of bars and clubs, where the opportunities were there, but so were the dangers. It wasn't a stable or honorable career path, but for someone who had no other options left, it might have been the only one she felt she could pursue. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Harry, just checking in. Will you be able to make it to the wedding tomorrow without any issues? Hey, Jack. Yeah, everything looks good on my end. Thanks to you picking a fully accessible venue, I won't have to worry about a thing. Having a wheelchair-friendly space makes a huge difference. It means I can actually enjoy the day without stressing over logistics. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. I talked to the planner about accessibility the moment we started looking at venues. Honestly, I couldn't imagine celebrating without you there, and I didn't want anything to get in the way. I really appreciate that, man. I've been to more weddings than I can count where I had to ask someone to carry me upstairs or wait awkwardly outside certain rooms. It's not fun. But this time, I'm actually looking forward to being part of everything.
Jack, you're probably in the middle of getting ready for the ceremony by now, right?
Harry, I'm just about to arrive at the venue. Don't come. I mean it. Turn around. Don't show up in your wheelchair.
Wait, what? What do you mean, don't come? And especially don't come in a wheelchair? Jack, what's going on?
I'm sorry. That came out wrong. I didn't mean it like that.
No, you wouldn't say something like that without a reason. I know you. So tell me, what happened?
The wedding's off. It's canceled.
What? What are you talking about? You were fine yesterday. Nervous, sure, but excited. Nothing seems wrong.
I know, but everything blew up this morning, and I mean everything.
Is it Sarah? Did she call it off?
Yeah, she lost it completely, and now she's out looking for you. That's why I told you to stay away. She stormed out of the venue shouting that she was gonna find the guy in the wheelchair and make sure he never shows his face again. It's a mess, a full-blown public disaster.
Okay, what the hell is going on, Jack? Why the hell would she be coming after me? I didn't do anything. This doesn't make any sense.
I know you didn't. That's why I need you to trust me and stay out of sight for now, please. If you're in your car, just keep driving, or better yet, find a place to park and lay low.
I'm in my car, yeah. I haven't gotten out yet. I'm about 2 blocks from the venue. You want me to turn around?
Yeah. Actually, if you could go a few kilometers away, that'd be ideal. She's furious and irrational right now. She's using guy in the wheelchair as her compass, and I don't know what she's thinking she'll do when she finds you, but I don't want to risk it.
Jack, come on. You're telling me Sarah is targeting me? Like I'm the reason the wedding fell apart?
It's complicated and unfair, but in the middle of the fight, when everything exploded, your name came up. Not because you did anything wrong, but because of who you are to me.
What do you mean?
She said I care more about you than her, that every time something goes wrong, I run to Harry. That when we were planning the wedding, I spent more time making sure you could be comfortable than worrying about her family's seating. She said inviting you and all was a disgrace, and that she was embarrassed we'd have a disabled person at the front of the ceremony.
Are you serious?
I didn't even know how to respond. I couldn't believe she said it. I still can't. And when I told her that if you couldn't be there, I wouldn't go through with it either, she screamed, threw her bouquet at the wall, and said I was in love with my crippled best friend. Jesus! She walked out after that, ran out, really. And the last thing I saw, she was storming off toward the parking lot shouting your name, asking guests if anyone had seen a man in a wheelchair. It was surreal, like a scene from a nightmare. I don't even know what to say, man. Look, I'm sorry this is happening, but I don't need protecting. I can handle myself. No, you've done enough. I'm the one who should be apologizing. I brought you into this, made you a target, and now my entire relationship is falling apart, and it's somehow dragging you into the wreckage. You didn't drag me into anything, Jack. I've been asking myself the same thing for the last hour. If she couldn't accept the people who matter most to me, how the hell was this marriage ever going to last? It wasn't. You deserve better. Someone who doesn't treat disability like a social stain. I don't care if it's a wedding or a dinner party. If someone can't treat people with basic human decency, they don't belong in your life. You're right. You always see it clearly, even when I can't. So what now? You said you wanted to talk in person. Do you still? Yeah, but only once things calm down a bit. I need to deal with some family stuff first. Everyone's confused, upset. Some people are already leaving the venue thinking it's all a prank. All right. I'll park at the shopping mall near Station A. It's about 2 kilometers from the venue, and the lot's huge. Low chance anyone finds me there. Thank you. And Harry, I know today was supposed to be my big day, but all I can think about now is how damn lucky I am to have a friend like you. I'm not going anywhere. Take care of what you need to. I'll be here when you're ready. Thanks, man, really. I'll be there as soon as I can. I owe you the truth and a proper apology. No need to rush. I've got time. Just take care of yourself first. Hello? This is Harry. Who's calling?
So this really is Harry's number. Perfect. You should recognize my name. Sarah, I'm texting you from Jack's phone.
Wait. Sarah? As in Jack's fiancée?
Bingo. Now tell me, where the hell are you?
Excuse me?
Don't play dumb. The wedding was called off, and it's all your fault.
Hold on. My fault? What are you even talking about?
Don't pretend you don't know. Where are you? You're the reason Jack said he wouldn't marry me. So guess what? You owe me damages, financial and emotional. I'm not letting you slither away from this.
Miss, I think there's been a misunderstanding. I haven't been told anything. So right now, I'm not even sure how I'm supposed to respond to your accusations. I'm honestly just confused.
Unbelievable. You really don't get it, do you?
I'm afraid I don't. If you could calmly explain what exactly makes me the cause of this wedding being canceled, maybe I could respond properly.
Fine. It's simple. It's because you're in a damn wheelchair.
What?
Oh, don't act surprised. You've been glued to Jack's side like some pathetic barnacle for years. A high-spec man like him, a top university graduate, great job, perfect pedigree, and he's still babysitting you like you're his emotional support project. It's pathetic.
Jack and I are friends. Best friends. We've been through a lot together.
That's exactly the problem.
Pardon?
I was trying to free him from you, okay? Today was supposed to be a fresh start. I wanted him to finally let go of you and your clingy little best friend dynamic. That's why I removed you from the guest list. You were never supposed to be part of today.
I see, but why not just say that outright?
Because everyone treats you like some saint. You saved his life, right? That's the story. So you use that like a badge, like some guilt trip to stay tethered to him forever. You play the victim and he plays the hero. God, it's exhausting.
I've never once used what happened between Jack and me to manipulate him. I don't think of myself as a burden, and I certainly don't demand anything from him out of pity.
Well, I thought maybe he just didn't have the guts to cut ties with you himself, so I figured I'd help him. Get rid of you cleanly. I had everything set. The seating chart, the speeches, the photos, without a single mention of you. And guess what? He lost it.
Maybe because you tried to erase someone who matters to him.
Why? Why would he pick you over me? After everything I did, the planning, the dress, the venue, and then he has the nerve to say he won't marry me because I don't respect the people who shaped his life? What does that even mean?
That sounds like something Jack should explain to you directly.
What?
Jack just arrived. I think it's best if you take it up with him.
Wait, what? He's with you?
Yes, he just parked and is walking over now.
You planned this, didn't you? You're brainwashing him against me, turning him against the woman he was supposed to marry.
Sarah, I didn't reach out to him. He came to me because he needed clarity, peace, and maybe some honesty. None of this was orchestrated, but it seems like he finally saw something in you that scared him.
I didn't do anything wrong!
I'm not here to judge, but if your reaction to your wedding unraveling is to stalk me through his phone and scream about disabilities, maybe, just maybe, he saw the right thing.
I swear to God, if you say one more smug word, I'll...
Sarah?
Jack? Wait, what? Weren't you supposed to be at the venue?
I was. I stood in front of everyone who came to our wedding and explained why it was canceled. I apologized on both our behalves. Then I handed things over to my parents and came straight to Harry.
Wait, what the hell? You left our wedding to run to him? Where even are you right now?
What exactly are you planning to do with that information?
I want to face the person who ruined our wedding. He needs to apologize in person. And after that, I'm getting a lawyer. I'll sue him for emotional damages and lost expenses. This won't end quietly.
You really think some lawyer's gonna take on a case that insane?
Excuse me?
You still don't get it. The one person I wanted most at that wedding, the person I wanted to share that day with, was Harry, my best friend, the man who saved my life.
What are you talking about?
And you didn't just ignore that. You went behind my back and erased him from the guest list.
Because I thought you were just being manipulated by him. Come on, Jack. He plays that whole life-saving friend card so he can stay in your orbit. He's in a wheelchair. You've been stuck helping him for years.
I haven't been stuck doing anything. I chose to be there for him. He never asked for it. I offered, gladly.
Seriously? Are you really saying you want to spend your life tied to a guy in a wheelchair?
Sarah, I think you've fundamentally misunderstood what saving my life meant.
What's that supposed to mean?
Harry got hurt because he pushed me out of the way when I was about to fall from a rooftop. He took the full impact. He could have died.
Yeah, you told me that, but...
And you think that somehow makes me the victim? He lost the ability to walk, and not once has he ever blamed me. He's shown nothing but kindness and patience. He's never guilted me, never demanded anything. I would give him the world if I could. And you're asking me to cut him out of a day that's supposed to mean something?
So you're saying you want him there? You chose to keep him in your life?
Yes! He's my best friend! I love him like a brother! There's no guilt, no obligation, just mutual respect and real history. And you tried to rip that away!
But Jack, you did reject multiple wedding venues because of him. Don't act like that didn't happen.
Yeah, I turned down places that weren't wheelchair accessible because I wanted Harry there.
Exactly. You said no to every venue I wanted. And why? Because of one person. If he hadn't been invited, none of that would have been a problem. We could have had the wedding I actually dreamed of.
You're unbelievable.
What?
You keep calling yourself the bride as if that makes everything revolve around you. But you're not the only one who dreamed of this day. You think I didn't have hopes too? You think I didn't imagine my best friend sitting there smiling, knowing he helped me get to this point?
It's supposed to be my day.
Right, and in your dream day, everyone else has to shrink so you can shine, even the people in wheelchairs.
Ugh, stop twisting this.
Have you forgotten about your own grandmother?
What does she have to do with anything?
everything.
Jack, don't drag her into this.
She's in a wheelchair too, remember? She hasn't been able to walk long distances in years, and you begged your parents to make sure she could attend the wedding. They told me she'd need full mobility support.
That might have happened.
And I said, great, then we'll make sure the venue works for everyone. We all agreed, you, me, your parents, a fully accessible venue for both Harry and your grandmother. You stood right there and nodded your head, and now you act like I dragged you into something?
I forgot, okay?
You forgot?
I didn't mean... I just didn't connect the two things in the moment.
Then let me connect it for you. This wedding never should have happened.
What?
I tore up the marriage certificate before I left the venue. It's done.
What? Without even asking me? That's heartless.
You really want to talk about heart?
I was hurt, okay? I just wanted the day to be perfect. I didn't mean to...
Sarah, you deliberately excluded the one person who gave me a second chance at life. You cared more about your floral arrangements than human dignity, and now you want me to believe this was just a misstep?
So, what now?
Now, you'll be hearing from my lawyer.
Wait, what?
You'll be covering the cancellation fees for the venue, the catering, the photographer, the guests' travel costs.
Why should I be the one paying? You're the one who walked out.
Because you caused this. You lied, you manipulated, you humiliated someone I love. You made this wedding impossible. You were the reason it ended.
No, it was Harry's fault. If he hadn't...
If you hadn't cut Harry out, none of this would have happened. You are the problem. And I realized I couldn't spend the rest of my life with someone who doesn't understand basic empathy.
Jack, please.
Goodbye, Sarah. I hope one day you learn what it means to care about someone more than yourself. And so, just like that, my best friend's wedding was officially called off. It was a heartbreaking end to what should have been a joyful new chapter in his life. The reason? His fiancée, Sarah, acted with such appalling disrespect during an important family gathering that even Jack's wheelchair-bound grandmother, who had been nothing but kind, was left deeply hurt. Her expression that day, a mixture of disappointment and pain, is something I'll never forget. Jack's parents, who had welcomed Sarah into their home more than once, were furious. It was the final straw for them. When Sarah later came to their doorstep pleading for understanding and help, they coldly turned her away. They told her in no uncertain terms that she was no longer welcome, officially disowning her as a future daughter-in-law. Jack, for his part, took decisive action. He sent Sarah a formal notice demanding compensation totaling $50,000, expenses incurred during their engagement and wedding preparations. Legal action followed. She had no one left to turn to. Friends disappeared, and even her own family distanced themselves from the scandal. With mounting debt and nowhere to live, she ended up taking on multiple jobs, working from morning till night just to survive. At first, I felt a pang of guilt. After all, I was the one who raised the initial concern about her behavior. Maybe, in some way, I helped cause this outcome? But when I talked to Jack about it, he said something that stuck with me. A marriage without emotional connection is a slow death for both people. It's better to endure pain now than a lifetime of resentment. Now, every day, Jack and I continue to push each other forward in life.
as friends, as brothers, living fully with no regrets. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Sienna, today was Kimmy's university graduation ceremony, wasn't it?
Yes, it should be over by now, I think. She mentioned she'd be going out for a karaoke party with her friends to celebrate, so she'll be back late.
I see. You're staying home, right?
Well, for now, yes, I'm at home.
Anyway, I'll be coming home early today. There's something important I need to talk to you about, so make sure you're there.
What is this all about?
I'll explain it in person when I get there. I also have something to give you.
All right, I understand.
Mom, sorry for the late update. The graduation ceremony went smoothly, and I just arrived at a karaoke place with my university friends.
Good job, Kimmy. What time do you think you'll be back?
Let's see. We booked the karaoke for a 2-hour session, but we might extend it, so I'd say it'll definitely be after 9 p.m.
Do you need me to pick you up? Are you sure you know the way back?
No worries. A friend who knows our situation is heading in the same direction, so we decided to share a taxi. As long as I give the driver the address, it'll be fine. Besides, you're busy tonight, aren't you? I can handle myself, so don't worry about me and focus on your stuff.
All right, I got it, thanks.
By the way, how's everything going on your end?
Well, you know, your dad called and said he has something to discuss when he gets back. I mean, I have a good idea of what it's about, but it's just such a hassle.
Oh, yeah, I get that. But hey, maybe it's a good thing. Saves you the trouble in a way, right?
True. I'll try to look at it positively. Anyway, take care on your way home.
Will do!
Sienna? Don't you dare let your anger get the best of you and tear up that document I just gave you.
The divorce papers, you mean? The ones with your name already neatly filled in? So what's the deal? You come home, shove the divorce papers at me, and walk right back out without saying a word. Weren't you going to explain this to me in person?
I decided to convey it through a message instead. Here it is, I'm saying it now.
All right. I got the gist from the divorce papers, but what is it you want to say?
Divorce me, please, just set me free.
Set you free? What exactly do you mean by that?
Kimmy is graduating from university today, right? And after the ceremony, she's heading straight to the apartment where she'll be living on her own, isn't she?
That's correct. And?
Kimmy becoming an independent adult means that my duties as a parent are complete. Now that she's moving out, there's nothing left for me to do, is there?
Well, I wouldn't say there's nothing left, but I'll agree it marks a major milestone.
Exactly. But when I thought about what comes next, working day in and day out just to support you as you grow older and frankly become an old hag, I couldn't help but feel this overwhelming sense of emptiness about my future.
You do realize you're getting older too, right?
This isn't about me. Look, I'll be blunt. The idea of spending the rest of my life alone with you, just the two of us, makes me feel completely deflated. I've had enough. I want to be free. I want to be released from all these obligations as a parent and a husband. In other words, Kimmy is moving out so you can stop being a mother too. Just disappear from my life already.
Oh, really? Well, whether or not I stop being a mother is my decision to make, not yours.
That's exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. I'm telling you, I've lost all interest in you. I don't care about an old hag who's completely useless to me.
Oh, I see. This must be about that cute young coworker you mentioned at your job. Well, feel free to get all excited about her, but let me tell you, it's definitely a delusion. You're just making a fool of yourself, and you should consider both her feelings and your age before getting carried away.
I'm not saying I'm planning to do anything with her.
Really?
Just divorce me already and get out.
All right. Honestly, I've been thinking about divorcing you for a long time now because of these exact behaviors of yours.
Wait, what?
Oh, and by the way, the moving company will be here in about 5 minutes.
5 minutes? What do you mean 5 minutes?
Well, while we've been having this little chat, I got a notification from the movers saying they're almost here. It's late, so there's a surcharge for the nighttime service, but they were willing to accommodate my request. I wanted to get this over with as soon as possible, so I scheduled it for tonight.
Wait, what?
Thanks for everything up until now.
Hold on, are you saying you've already packed up and prepared to move out?
Oh, and thanks for the divorce papers, too. You saved me the trouble of having to prepare them myself. I'll drop them off at the city office's night reception desk before the end of the day.
Wait a second!
Oh, one more thing. This is important.
What is it?
This house is set to be demolished.
What? What are you talking about? You didn't even consult me about this? How can the owner decide something like that without my approval?
Excuse me? What are you even saying? The landlord is my brother, remember?
Wait, what?
Do I need to remind you? For the past 20 years, my brother let us rent this place at a ridiculously low rate. It was sitting vacant while his family was overseas for an extended period. He figured it would be better for someone to live in it than let it go to waste.
Oh, right.
Now that my brother's family's wrapping up their time abroad and coming back to the U.S., they've decided to rebuild the house. It's old and in poor condition, so it's time to tear it down. The rental agreement ends at the end of next month.
What the hell?
Anyway, the movers are here now. Bye!
Wait, what's going on? What am I supposed to do now?
Mom, the karaoke competition is over, so I'm about to hop in a taxi and head to my new place.
All right, well, be careful on your way.
By the way, during karaoke, Dad kept calling me over and over. The number of missed calls was insane.
You didn't pick up?
I was too busy singing to even notice. Oh, and he sent a text message at the end. He was like, "Your mom left. She's going to divorce me. Help me."
Oh my. The nerve of him, especially after handing me the divorce papers himself. Unbelievable.
Anyway, I did leave him on red and didn't reply.
Good call. Oh, just so you know, the divorce papers have already been submitted to the night reception desk at City Hall.
Got it.
All right, I'm going to start unpacking the basics.
You've already finished moving all your stuff?
Yes, I tried to minimize my belongings, and since it's only a 20-minute drive from the old house, it didn't take long.
Gotcha. Well, I'll see you later then.
All right, be safe.
Hey, Sienna, why haven't you come over yet?
Oh, it's been 2 months. What do you want?
I gave you my new address, didn't I?
Oh, that. You mean the random address you sent me about a month ago? Honestly, I wasn't sure what you were trying to achieve with that. So what exactly was the point?
Why haven't you come to do the housework?
Excuse me? Housework? Who's doing whose housework here?
Who else? You're supposed to do my housework, of course. Housework is a woman's job. My mom's in a nursing home, so there's no one else but you to handle it.
Are you even listening to yourself right now?
Unbelievable. You really don't get it, do you? We were married for 23 years. Even though I had to constantly criticize you for your incompetence, you still managed somehow. And now, just because we're divorced, you've suddenly forgotten everything? I'll retrain you if I have to. Starting tomorrow, I expect you here every day.
Wow. Are you feeling okay, like mentally?
What?
Asking your ex-wife, an entirely unrelated person now, to come do housework for your home? Do you hear how ridiculous that sounds?
What are you talking about?
And retrain me? Oh, that's one of the most disrespectful things I've ever heard. Let me remind you, when we were married, despite us both working full-time jobs, you dumped all the housework and childcare on me while you sat back and criticized everything I did. You were the textbook definition of all talk, no action. And you think you were in any position to critique me?
Who are you calling useless? I told you before, housework is a woman's job.
Well, even if that's your twisted belief, you don't go asking a stranger to do your housework, do you?
But you're not a stranger. You were my wife.
Was your wife, past tense. Now I'm your ex-wife, which makes me just another person in the world. If a stranger is going to do housework for you, it's usually because they're a professional housekeeper or part of a cleaning service. That's literally their job. And let me make this crystal clear, I am neither your housekeeper nor your servant. I have no obligation or intention to do anything for you.
Fine. If that's the way it's gonna be, I'll just ask Kimmy instead. As her father, I'll tell her it's part of her training to be a proper wife someday. She'll jump at the opportunity, thinking it's a good life lesson.
Yeah, good luck with that. I wouldn't get my hopes up if I were you.
Kimmy, I have a favor to ask.
No,
Ah! Wait, hold on. I haven't even finished saying anything yet.
I'm guessing it's something like, as my daughter, you should come over and help me with housework, right? But that's impossible.
Why is that?
Well, since Mom isn't here anymore, the only person who can do the housework is me, your daughter. But it's your responsibility. Why don't you just take care of it yourself?
No, housework is a woman's job. It's simple, really.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Are you really saying that housework is only for women?
Listen, one day you'll get married, and when you do, you don't want your husband to think you can't even handle basic housework, right? That's why you need to learn it now. It's your responsibility, and you should take it seriously.
I already know how to do it just fine. You don't have to tell me what to do.
Oh, really? If that's the case, then starting tomorrow, I expect you to come over and handle the housework. That shouldn't be a problem, right?
I'm saying no. Do you even remember that I'm an adult now and have my own life to take care of?
It's not that big of a deal. You could just swing by after work, do a bit of cleaning, prepare a meal for me. The apartment I'm living in now is just one bedroom and the dining room and kitchen, so it's smaller and easier to clean. Plus, cooking for just me won't take that long, and it's not nearly as difficult as when we lived in a big house before.
If you think it's so easy, then why don't you do it yourself?
Well, that's because I don't have time for it. And besides, it's not as easy as you think.
And yet you think I should just drop everything and help you? It's physically impossible.
Physically impossible? What do you mean by that?
The thing is, the company's new employee training is almost over, and I've been assigned to a branch office in a completely different region. So I'm going to be moving far away soon.
Wait, didn't you just start living alone in that apartment near your work?
That was only temporary. The company provided it for me as an accommodation during my training period. But now that my placement's been finalized, I'll be moving to a different city.
So, you're moving even farther away now?
Yes, that's right. And just so you know, I'm bringing Mom with me too.
What? Why are you taking Mom with you?
Well, Mom's job is working as a handmade artist, which means she can work from home. And since she's single now, she doesn't have to worry about finding a place to live, so it's easy for her to move. Plus, she doesn't mind at all.
I don't get it. Why does she have to go with you?
The main reason is that I don't want to be bothered by Dad asking me to get remarried or pressuring me to take care of him. It's easier to just take Mom along with me. That way I won't have to deal with any of his nonsense.
Wait a minute. No, that's not what I was saying.
Oh, so I'm right, huh?
No, that's not what I meant.
Anyway, we've made up our minds. We're not going to take care of you anymore. We've had enough of you, especially since you don't even appreciate the value of having someone to help with the housework. Neither Mom nor I will lift a finger for you anymore.
Kimmy, but at least could you please help me out and clean up my place a bit? I don't even know how to take out the trash, and the place is such a mess that you can't even see the floor anymore.
Maybe you should just drown in your own pigsty forever. Goodbye.
It seems that my ex-husband's deeply ingrained belief that housework is a woman's job hasn't changed at all, even after our divorce. From what I've heard from a colleague of my ex-husband, someone I personally know well, it seems he's become quite unbearable. Apparently he's developed an odor that's hard to ignore. Whether it's because he hasn't been doing his laundry or if it's just his natural body odor due to aging, the result is the same. When you get too close to him, the stench is overwhelming. He apparently smells terrible, and it's gotten so bad that even his coworkers have started to notice. But that's not even the worst of it. It seems that he approached a young and beautiful female employee at his office with an inappropriate proposal. He tried to get her to become his housekeeper, thinking that she would take on the household responsibilities he was too lazy to manage. He persistently tried to pursue her, and this situation escalated into a huge issue at the company. The story that was shared with me went something like this. When his supervisor addressed the issue, my ex-husband's response was to blame his inability to keep his house in order on the fact that there was no one to do the laundry and no one to take out the trash. His supervisor, a man himself, was apparently taken aback by my ex-husband's comments. He looked at him with a stunned expression and said, "Why don't you do it yourself?" This reaction seemed to leave my ex-husband dumbfounded. He couldn't comprehend why anyone would think he was capable of doing these things himself. But the truth is, he never had to do them while we were married because he always expected me to take care of everything. As the situation at his job continued to unravel, it became apparent that my ex-husband's inability to adapt and learn how to take care of himself was becoming a serious problem, both at work and in his personal life. He had a long history of neglecting his responsibilities, and now this same neglect was affecting his professional reputation. His behavior, combined with a series of repeated mistakes, led to him being demoted and having his salary reduced. Word has started to spread that my ex-husband is now facing a recommendation for retirement, or, at the very least, a forced resignation. I have no idea how true those rumors are, but if they are, I can't say I'm too surprised. This is a man who has never truly grown up or taken responsibility for his actions. Instead of taking the initiative to learn new skills or adapt to his circumstances, he's always preferred to live in a fantasy where women, like myself, would just take care of everything for him. His inability to change or even to acknowledge that he has to take responsibility for his own life has led him to this point. I can't help but think that this is the outcome he deserves, though part of me is also slightly amused by how he's handling it. He seems so completely unaware of the reality of his situation. For someone who always wanted to appear as if he had everything under control, it's rather amusing to see him fail in such spectacular fashion. The man who used to criticize me for not doing enough in our marriage is now being confronted with the consequences of his actions, and it's clear he has no idea how to fix it. The whole situation has caused me to reflect on just how much he took me, and others, for granted during our marriage. His sense of entitlement, particularly towards household chores, was beyond belief. It wasn't just about laundry or cooking, it was about his expectation that I should shoulder all of the responsibilities that came with managing our home, without any real recognition of the hard work that went into it. He would always say that housework was a woman's job, as though that somehow justified his complete refusal to lift a finger. And even after everything that happened between us, he still seems to think this attitude is acceptable. But now, in his new predicament, he has no choice but to face the consequences of his outdated thinking. He's made mistakes at work, alienated people around him, and lost the respect of his peers, all because of his refusal to change. The reality he's been living in has finally caught up to him, and he's unable to adapt. He's so entrenched in his way of thinking that he doesn't even realize how ridiculous he looks to others. For someone who used to insist that he was right about everything, this is a significant blow to his ego. In some ways, it almost feels like poetic justice. He's always viewed himself as superior to those around him, especially me, simply because of his gender. Yet now he's the one facing ridicule and personal failure, while I'm moving on with my life. It's strange, though, because even though I've been through a lot because of him, I don't feel any sympathy for him now. If anything, I find myself feeling a sense of relief that I'm no longer involved in his mess. But what really gets to me is the fact that he still hasn't learned anything. His entire world seems to revolve around his own comfort, and he expects others to do the work for him. He never realized that in order to function in the world, you have to be self-sufficient. He's always depended on others to take care of him, whether it was his mother, his wife, or now some unsuspecting woman at his office. And when that support is pulled away, he has no idea how to cope. What's even more shocking is that even after all of this, he still can't understand why people are upset with him. His sense of entitlement has not waned. He hasn't stopped thinking that it's someone else's job to clean up his mess. This is the same man who for years would criticize me for the smallest things while never once lifting a finger to help. Now that he's on his own, he's unable to take care of the most basic tasks, and that's what led to the collapse of his career. As for me, I've moved on from all of this. I have no intention of helping him, nor do I feel any need to. I've been through enough, and he has made it clear that he is incapable of change. He's going to have to deal with the fallout on his own, and I won't be there to pick up the pieces. In the end, it's hard to feel sorry for someone who never took responsibility for their own actions. He had a chance to make things right, but he chose not to, and now he faces the consequences. I can only watch from the sidelines. It's his problem now, not mine, and I plan to keep it that way.
Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.